Okay, so it looks like there's about like 5 or 6 games left. Honestly, we might be able to get through most of them. This is... Okay, I'm gonna have to check the settings on this. Okay. I am not going to be able to see... like, the screen while playing. I'm not going to be able to see, like, Twitch chat while I'm playing this. Because the smallest resolution is still too big. It's still too big for me. For somebody that is playing like everything on a single screen, it's still a little too big. This is the smallest resolution, so I'm not going to be able to see very well. And like even though it says that, it's still covering the entire. Listen, let me put it to you this way: my screen is definitely not 1024 by 768. This is covering my entire screen in this mode. So like if I try to change the settings, it's still covering my screen. If I try to like use the little minimize and maximize button, all it does is just move it around, and I can't like manually shrink it or anything like that. It just like window mode just covers the screen. It just covers my entire screen. So I'm just letting you know ahead that this is not the screen I'm looking at. Like I can literally go through all of these and it's not changing anything. So you either have windowed or you have full screen, but it's still covering the entire screen at this point. So if you plan on recording this at this point, that's how it looks. But this is Collector's Grove. So we're going to play Collector's Grove. I'm going to be using the mouse to create my character. Let me see. Is there? Yeah, I want to delete my save file. And then we're going to go back and we're going to start a game. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the controls for the character creator, because you can, like, you can left tweet, you can change the belt or remove it, or you can remove the bag if you want to by using L and R. There is a point though where the character creator is a little bit annoying, and I do remember that being a thing. You know what? I'm gonna go with that. I kind of prefer like a lighter tan over a dark, but I do like that they have options. This bottom one I'm thinking is maybe for like custom later. There is no custom ones right now. Honestly, I don't even know what this is for. This bottom section, but there was a thing I noticed earlier. You could press L and R to switch through things. And then you have a bunch of different sweater options and stuff. I think I chose this one. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to give you an idea, but I'm going to pick this one because there's no yellow and green. There's yellow and there's like brown or green. But I kind of like the orange one more. And then you can have a skirt. And again, you can pick the orange one of that. And all these have like an orange. Now, I kept debating on using like the skirt option. Like, I think I chose the Bermuda shorts. I think this time I'll do the skirt. And you notice how like every time I click, it just changes over to this screen. It kind of is like I think it's more when you're creating the dino. There's like a little error there. But I'm going to make these green instead because I can't have them green. I can't have my green overalls. Yeah, I'm gonna have like green waders. And then you got like little puppy ears, you got little cat ears, you got beanie, baseball cap. We're gonna do the bucket hat, and I'm gonna make it red. It's the closest I could get to the hat I've got. And then we're gonna do our eyebrows. We're gonna make them, I'm not sure what color. Honestly, I kind of wish that this was a little bit separate because every time I'm checking out a color, I have to like cancel out. Or like every time I'm looking at one of these, I have to keep canceling it out. Except for the ones that don't have color associated with them. See, like this one, that doesn't bother me. But this one, every single time, I have to like do this. So there's not really a good brown. Like I was debating on doing yellow or orange, but I feel like I'd look weird without like orange. I'm getting the buck tooth. Or like it's not really a buck tooth, but like a single tooth because it's cute. And then you got different nose shapes. I think I'm more of a big nose person. And then different hair, which also has the same issue. I think, you know what? I think this matches my beads more. I think we'll do that one. Okay. And then we press Y to change our name. All right. There we are. There's our character. Well, now just look at this place. Ain't it beautiful? To us, this here's the best part of being a collector. Discovering new fish and crops to fill your compendium. That's the bread and butter of it for most folks. Rising in the ranks can be fun, sure enough, but the truth is, it was never the most important thing to us. Being able to travel from island to island, enjoying nature's beauty while searching for new discoveries, now that's the good life. That's how your parents and I became friends, at a time more like family. A shared kind of appreciation, so this is not our actual uncle. He kind of became shared family. I do miss him, and I know you do too, don't you? I wonder if they've reached the Collector's Cove by now. When's the last time they sent us a letter anyhow? They've always got distracted pretty easy. Hey, Gnomesy, you listening to me? Well, like I was saying, you can tell your parents are back. I'll be the one teaching you the ways of a collector. We won't do all the days. We'll do like the first 3-ish or so. I know they already showed you some things, but let's be honest, teaching them was never their strong suit. What's that? You're wanting to follow after them past the Collector's Cove. He just swallowed his like straw. You know you need to be a named right collector for that, right? And have neared your whole compendium complete. I had to be young again, full of that boundless energy. Well then, I reckon we best not waste any time. Don't you worry. Stick with me and you'll be a named right collector before long. Of course, if I want to teach you proper, we gotta start with the basics. And if there's one thing a collector needs first, it's sharp eyes. You're an explorer at heart, so you'll need to be able to spot what others might miss. Like the fact that I keep swallowing my wheat. So let's start there. Show me what you can do. Alright, so we gotta change the zoom level by holding in the Z button. Just move the controls a little bit. Look at this dino. This is not our dino, by the way. Let's talk to him. Good, good. Sharp eyes. I figured as much. The best collectors keep polishing their basics, and seeing is one of them. When you're tending crops, you gotta notice if they're dry or how far they've come along. I'm getting ahead of myself. But we're here, let's make the most of this island and gather a few resources before we move on. Go on, let Marty take you over there so we can get started. Uncle Terry will meet you there and show you how to gather what we need. Remember, his name is Jerry. This is our other uncle, Terry. We can pet him. Listen, you might be looking at this and being like, how did he turn his whole head like 180 degrees like that? It's because the dinosaurs aren't actually connected to the boat. They can like unlodge themselves at any point. See, he's not connected to the boat anymore. So, relax! He did not like hurt himself there. Hello, Uncle Terry. So Jerry finally sent you my way. Let me guess, went off rambling about crops again? Don't mind him, he just can't help himself, the old farmhead. Among the three of us, I'm usually the one keeping things on track. Comes with the job, I suppose. Now then, to work. We'll need some basics before we shove off, and this island's rich with resources. I've set aside some old tools for you. Bit rusty, but they'll serve well enough. They'll even clear a path if something's in your way. There's like a button for like the camera, and I don't know what it's supposed to do. I'm pressing the R button, and it's not doing anything. Around here, we've got trees for wood and fiber, rocks for stone, and if you spot a soil heap, dig it up for good measure. I'll be waiting up by the pond near the waterfall. Don't dawdle. Okay. So let's take care of all this. And there's a whole bunch of things to collect. So if you see this, you dig it up. I'm pressing LB and RB to like move around all the tools. Like that. And you use the shovel to dig up any dirt spots like that. You press X for like all the tools. You use the axe to cut trees. I think it's 4 hits at this point. 4 hits. And we gotta collect 15 wood, 6 rock. I'm just gonna go ahead and collect that. You can't actually remove the stumps. The stumps will stay there no matter what. Now, I didn't play enough, so I don't know if these islands are randomly... I don't think they're randomly generated. I could be wrong. Because there's a lot of material, like on the first island I went to, that I wasn't able to pick up because I didn't have the tools. Oh, can't go that way. It's too sandy. But we're gonna go see our uncle over here. Tools held up alright, did they? Not the finest kit, but you'll be able to upgrade soon enough. Now, a collector's not official until they made their first discovery. And every proper collector needs something to keep track of it all. Your parents left this for you, your very own collector's compendium. Treat it well and it'll remind you of where you've been and where you're heading. Know that an empty compendium won't fill itself, so let's start with something simple. See that pond over yonder? There's fish in it, and you're about to learn how to catch them. Here, take this old rod. Cast close to a fish, and it'll notice soon enough. But mind their tricks. Fish nibble before they bite proper. Don't get fooled. Once it's hooked, it's all give and take. Reel while it rests, but ease off when it bolts. Let the line get too tight, and snap. There goes your catch. So keep an eye on the tension, I even came up with a little rhyme for it. When it's still, reel your fill. When it swims, by Blackbeard's nose here, don't snap your line. I'm still working on that last part. Anyway, give it a try. Okay, so we got a fishing rod. You'll see fish. So you press X, and that moves the line. You let go when it's close to the fish. You wait for the fish to get hooked to the line. Now, your line is white like right now, but if you hold the button down while it's tensed up, you'll notice it change colors. It only tenses up if the fish is moving. It gets more tense if they get that angry mark. When they get that little sweat mark, they're too tired. When they're not moving at all, you're fine. You can use the directional buttons while it's moving to like aim a little bit better. You can also just spam the X button when it's tense to try and slow it down without like doing too much to tense your line. Not bad at all, considering the rod's held together with little more than salt and luck. Between us, here's an advanced tip. If you're careful about the tension, you can still reel even with a fish when a fish fights. That'll slow it down without snapping the line. A good technique for bigger catches. Now, with all the collecting you've already done, don't fret about stripping this island bare. New ones arise while old ones seek away. The sea gives and takes, always has. So, this implies that the islands disappear, but I don't know how accurate that is. Without it, we collectors wouldn't last long out here. So no need to worry. There will always be new bountiful islands to explore. Right, then, one more thing before we shove off. Your fable fin. Don't give me that look. It's the formal turn. Find your fabled companion. Better? I've had Morty ever since I started out as a collector, and he's favorably to me. Life at sea can get lonely, and a loyal mate makes all the difference. So what do you call yours? And this is where we get a loyal little mate. So there's not many accessories. There's nothing for the face, glasses, hats. We can change their eyes. I do like the purple. And then we can change their features, which again, you got to go through every single feature. Like this. I think I kind of want to do something earthy. It's either earthy or green, but I think earthy is kind of cool. I mean, I know they're in the water, but still, was it that one? I think I like that one. Yeah, I kind of like this one. Is there a different color that maybe looks a bit prettier? Like that looks kind of like sand. No, I really like this one. So her name is Burgett, naturally. But I think I'm just gonna call her. What's a good one that goes with a lawn gnome? Would resin work? No. I'm trying to think of a name. Agate. Like the gemstone. I think those come in like every color too. Agate, hey. Fine name for a fine mate. You know, fable fins usually roam out alone. Until they bond with the collector, that is. After all, after that, there's no stronger partnership at sea. And I was still want to be shipwright. My first boat sank within minutes. That's when Marty found me. Carried me around till I learned better. Been a team ever since. Ah, the good old days. Now, speaking of boats, you got one too. Your parents made sure of it. She's anchored just beyond the cliffs. Not bad for a starter, either. Lower that ladder behind me and let a gate take you across. I'll meet you on board. I mean, I guess a gate isn't really lawn gnome related, but like, I kind of like the earthy vibe, and a gate's a stone. I guess I could have called her like terracotta or something like that, like a clay or something like that. But I like a gate. Welcome to Collector's Cove's demo. You now have 7 in-game days to learn how to be a collector and explore the world with your companion. We're not going to play that many days. We're just going to play the first 2 or 3. We've worked hard on this, so we really hope you'll enjoy your time here, and that we'll see you again when the game finally releases. The best part is your save game will automatically carry over to the main game. Enjoy, Voodoo Duck Team. Here we are, out on the open seas at last. Can you smell that salt in the air? Before we head for a new island, let's make sure our gate gets a good meal to recover some stamina. Without stamina, your companion will need a rest before moving on. Here, take these fish and feed them all to a gate. Alright, so he wants us to feed all the fish to a gate. He does meet all of them. And that'll max out her energy. Good job, Agate. Well done, look how happy they are. Whenever Agate runs out of stamina, they'll curl up for a nap to recover. You can still interact with them in the meantime, but travel will have to wait. Now that everyone's full of energy, let's pick our next destination. All you need to do is tell Agate where you want to go next. Looks like we have to pick one that has a question mark. And now she's going. You can see at the top her energy bar is going down, and that bar underneath it, we're slowly moving. We got some time before reaching that island, so let's get you more self-sufficient. Time for farming, and a bit of building, I suppose. Here's a hammer and some more materials. Use them to build a few planter boxes. If you need to, you can use the hammer to deconstruct them and get your materials back. Once that's done, it's plenty time. I can hardly wait. Here, take this seed pouch and some sweet potato seeds. Plant them in the boxes and don't forget to water them. Use this watering can to do that. Dry crops won't grow. So the hammer is your build thing. You press the up button on your directional keys, and then you can pick out which item that you want to make. You press X. There you go. And we're just going to do them all on one side for now. And if you get done with one and you want to make more, you can go back into the screen and see more. Or you can press B to cancel. Now, you got to get your seeds. It's a tool. And you just plant them using X. And then you use the watering can, same way. Hello! I'm doing well. I kind of have to go back and forth on the screen a little bit. This screen's a little bit too big, so I can't see the chat. So if I miss a message, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I don't think I could shrink the screen for this. Nice work. Keep an eye on your crop's water levels, but don't panic if they dry out a bit. They're tougher than they look. If you change your mind about what you planted, use your shovel to dig up the seed, no matter the growth stage. Just one more thing for your farm, a watering station. This is vital so you don't go running out of water. Just feed it some wood and it'll produce water until it's filled. Then you can use it to fill up your watering can. Let me see. Can I? Oh my god, I can't put it to the side. Okay. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Would you like a fortune cookie? I would like a fortune cookie. I don't know why I just didn't push it to the side, but it is. Let me see if it actually looks good. Okay, it seems to be working good. I'm worried that maybe like certain things won't work right. But today is just a demo day. We're just playing a bunch of demos. I do know one thing. If you put, like last time I put the watering station right here, and it kept showing up in front of Uncle right here, so I kept seeing him instead of Uncle. So I'm gonna put it back here instead. That way I can actually see Uncle when we're chatting. Use the hammer and materials to build a watering station. Then feed us some wood. Okay. I just messed up a little bit. There we go. Now we have water. Great. Now while those crops are growing, oh look at that. There's flotsam drifting by. Perfect chance to gather more resources without setting foot on an island. Courtesy of Uncle Terry, your boat has a plunger gun already mounted to it. Use it to reel the flotsam in. Immediately got some, like, Raft vibes. I don't know if you've ever played the game Raft, but my brain immediately went like, oh, we have the Raft options to just collect flotsam and other debris. Which makes me immediately think, why is there this much flotsam? Anyway, this is as far as I could go. So I'm just kind of waiting for things to get a little closer. I'm aiming with the L button and then pressing the right trigger button to shoot and reel them back in. What does your hairdresser actually do for a living? I mean, good question. I don't... I mean, I am a lawn gnome. My hair doesn't really grow. Nice haul. That got you some good resources, I reckon. I mean, hey, being a hairdresser is, like, really good money. Because, like, some people... I mean, I'm the type of person who really only goes for a trim. Like, like, if I was a real person, I'd probably just go for a trim. So, like, you can make some big money off of that stuff, but then you get, like, the ones that, like, want, like, the really, like, fancy stuff, like the really fancy dyes and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I don't really do haircuts that much. I say that, but my hair is getting, like, super long in, like, real life, and I really need it cut because it keeps tangling up. We've still got time before reaching the island, and you look like you could use a breather. Why not head inside for a nap? You can even use your hammer to redecorate the cabin if the mood strikes. I'm not actually sure if you got the fortune calling your hair style trash. I mean, I feel like that is what it said. It's just like, man, your hairstyle must not work that much if your hair looks like that. They're not paid enough, or like, you're not getting them to do much with hair like that. Which, I mean, hey, I really don't use the hairstyles that much, so you got me there. That nap did wonders. You're looking refreshed. Can you feel the energy making you move faster? That's the power of good rest. It's just a time too, because we're arriving at the island. Before you head out exploring, could you ring Marty for me? The bell's by your door. It's a special one your Uncle Terry has sold. Whatever you ring it, Marty and I will find you after a while. Okay, we did it. That sound brings back memories. Marty should arrive in a few hours. Say, have I ever told you about my second brother? No, well, between the two of us, he's a bit of an oddball. His name's Eugene. I am guilty of getting like a buzz cut since I was like 4 every time. Yeah, I used to do the mushroom cut. Back before I became the gnome. I used to just do the mushroom cut every single time, so it'd just be like close to like the sides of my face, just the same every single time. I've done it a little bit different now. Now it's just like cut like 2 shoulders, and then like I've recently started getting like an undercut. But yeah, that's really about it. I'm very basic. I'm very basic and boring. His name's Eugene, but he doesn't like it much, so he'll probably tell you a dozen others to call him. He's our special brother, but don't let that fool you. He's sharp as a pitchfork. And resourceful, too. He'll lend a hand when you need it. I haven't seen him on my boat lately, so he's probably exploring islands somewhere. You might find him on this very one. He usually wears a dark hood and tries to blend in with the greenery. Once you know what he looks like, he's actually fairly easy to spot. Don't tell him I said that, though. Now let your companion take you ashore, and then let the exploration begin. Alright, so we're going to explore the island. Now, first things first, we got to find Uncle Terry. Or Uncle Eugene. So where could Uncle Eugene be? Oh my gosh, I wonder. Gosh, he's really well hidden, isn't he? Where could Uncle Eugene be? Oh wait, there he is. There's Uncle Eugene. You actually spotted me. Not bad at all. He's called Uncle Perry. We haven't met before, but I'm sure my brothers mentioned me one way or another. Whatever they said, forget it. You could just call me Uncle Perry. Why hide among other plants, you wonder? Because only sharp-eyed collectors deserve to make use of my services. Sharp-eyed. I bet Jerry went on about the importance of keeping your eyes open. Well, think of me as the ultimate test. Anyway, you've heard how collectors' ranking system works, right? For every new fish and crop discovered, you are awarded points. Simple enough. So your first goal should be to reach the rank of novice collector by discovering more crops and fish. Between this island and your boat, you've got everything you need. Track your progress to the compendium, then come find me once again while you're here. Oh, and one more thing. Time of day matters when fishing. So fish only bite at certain hours. Once you caught one, its active times will be noted in your compendium. So, the key thing to note here, be right back when we grab some food. That's okay. Go ahead. Flowers don't count toward the compendium. Flowers do not count towards the compendium. I think they are more just a sell item than anything else. But if you are trying to actually fill up the compendium, you don't even need to worry about them. And honestly, it's probably better not to worry about them, at least for a little bit, and more focus on like fish and ore and wood and stuff like that. Because you need to really build up your farm and stuff. Okay, so our fishing ranks up. And again, we're only going to do like a day or two. I'm not going to do like the full thing. We'll probably do like most of the tutorial. So we haven't collected enough yet. There is no bug catching on this. We will see bugs, but I don't think there's actual bug catching. Hello. Welcome back. Hope you are enjoying your food. I am trying to... Let's see. I know there's at least one other bug or insect that we could collect here. Or no, not insect, but bug or crop. Now that I think about it, this is a different look than the last time I went here. Oh yeah, you can find these every so often, these feathers. And you can use them to catch fish a little bit easier. But I'm just trying to collect enough to do the compendium. I think it just... I don't even know if, like, different feathers do different things. I think it's just more, hey, feather equals, like, fancier. Let's see, I have a lot of fish. I'm looking for a different fish, though. Like, anything different. Okay, well, I might need to look around for something else then. There is no jump button. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna chop down some trees for a little bit. I'm gonna do some other things. That needs a pickaxe upgrade. But we'll just collect some other materials. Because we might have to come back. I will say one of the issues with this game is that your backpack is very small. And I don't know if there is like an upgrade in the demo. I get it, it's a demo. But this was a thing that I had a lot of issues with, is just getting enough pocket space. This kind of gives, like, if you've ever played Animal Crossing New Horizons, you know there's a bunch of islands that you could explore and collect things from. This kind of gives me those vibes. I'm not touching the flowers because, again, they're kind of worthless. You could cut down the palm trees, but we don't have, like, a high enough upgrade. So I'm not going to worry about them. I'm just going to focus in on everything else. Honestly, I don't even know how useful, like, money is on here. So that's why I'm kind of ignoring, like, the flowers and stuff. Let's see. I still got a lot of space left. Good. Oh, can't cut that. Got it, got it. Have I gotten most of the material? I think I have. Okay, let me see. It's later now, so maybe there's a different fish. Okay, well. Okay, we did get a sturgeon. I think we need, like, one more, though. Now, I know there's a fish that pops up in the ponds. You're melting some cheese to eat with bread. Oh, that sounds so good, though. That sounds so good and tasty. Gosh, now I'm craving cheese with bread. Like I had grilled cheeses yesterday, but now I'm craving it again. Or like some chips and cheese or something like that. I think I might switch over to like pond fishing here in just a second. Oh, never mind. There we go. That's all I needed. We unlocked the bait maker too, so he is somewhere along the shoreline. I just gotta find out where. Huh, quicker than I thought. You really do take after your parents. Hear that? That's the sound of trade. Which means Marty has just arrived with my boat. Head back to Jerry. I noticed that I noticed that Jerry and Larry and Perry all call Marty their boat. Marty and the boat theirs. Also, I noticed that Perry is now called Uncle Larry. I'll be in touch when it's time for your next step. Like, I don't know if it's a thing or not. I just keep noticing that, like, y'all keep referencing Marty as your boat. And I'm just kind of confused. I do want to go ahead and make a little storage thing real quick. Let's see, how do I'm going to rotate it like that. I'm just going to store everything in there. Let's talk to Uncle Jerry. My, you've already reached the rank of novice collector. Congratulations. That's impressive for someone just starting out. Your parents are going to be so proud when they find out. Also, thanks again for calling Marty for me. He'll always follow the sound of that bell. Now that you've taken your first steps as a collector, let me introduce you to the seafaring shop my brothers and I are running. Here's the farmer's markets where you can buy a selection of seeds suited for the current climate. Take a look. Oh, you could also sell stuff. Can't buy any watermelon. For the sailor stop, go to the next stall. Uncle Terry will come out as soon as you approach. Oh, he will he? You know, I get... Okay. Novice collector, eh? That's a solid start. Well done. As you can see, this is my sailor stall. Here you can trade resources for other resources in exchange. Got too much of one thing and not of another? Bring it to me and we'll strike a fair trade. As you travel through new regions, I'll eventually be able to offer you more rare resources as well. And once your companion grows stronger, we'll talk boat upgrades. But for now, trading is what I can offer. Fabled Bond 5, Fabled Bond 15. We could trade, we could sell. Uncle Eugene is right next door. You can visit his secret cellar stall next. He will come out as soon as you approach. Methinks Uncle really just likes to do LARPing. Methinks Uncle just really likes the idea of LARPing. The real question is, which one of these is the real Uncle's personality, and which one of these is just the LARPing ones? That's the real one. How? Uncle Gary. Okay, so you must be the new one. Because you keep getting your name. You were Perry, you were Larry, you were Gary. You don't even know your own character yet. Welcome to my humble stall, the secret cellar. I have all kinds of exotic wares, from bait and fertilizer recipes to boat decorations and companion outfits. Once you know some recipes, I might even whisper a fabled hint or two your way. And the best part, no coins needed. I'm a collector at heart, so instead of taking money for my services, we'll trade. Bring me the right fish and crops and we'll have a deal. You can pin what I'm after in your compendium, so you don't lose track. I don't offer my services as easily as my brothers, though. As I mentioned earlier, only sharp-eyed collectors get to barter with me. So every new expedition, you'll have to spot me on an island before I set up shop here. I like making things interesting, you know? But you've already found me this time, so feel free to take a look. So, recipes, blueprints. Need a tropical gar for that. Okay. When you're done shopping, go ring the bell again to send us on our way. And oh, and one more thing. After we leave, you might want to check out your boat cabin. We left a little gift for you. Nothing special, just a little starter pack for new structures to build. I'll be around, kid. Just don't expect me to stay in plain sight. You know what? I'm gonna... Because I have one sweet potato seed. I'm gonna... Nope, nope, not that. I want to do this. And then that. And... I want to pick up one. Because it seems like they're in threes. And I'm going to sell stuff to you. So I could get me some... Honestly, some watermelon seeds sound good. Well, no, I can't do that one, huh? Too expensive? Okay, we'll do these. And then I'm going to plant these seeds. And then we got a little gift. We got a little gift from our uncles. Uncle, question mark? And we got a tool bench. We got a tool bench recipe. Okay. Now we can do a new destination. And we're just going to go ahead and do that. Because this will probably be the last destination we go to. So it looks like the further out we go, the more time it's going to take. We're going to just do the one next to us. And this will be the last one we do for the day. For like the demo. We could do a compost bin. We don't have enough of that. I'm going to make like one compost bin. Now you can see there's like a little barrel sign next to us, and that means it's time to use the plunger gun. Although we can wait a few minutes because it's going to take a while. So we're going to fish a little bit. I don't think... Like, you have the option to take a nap, right? I don't think there's really a requirement to do it, though. Like, I think if you just wanted to stay up and fish the entire time while your fabled companion, your fable fin, is, like, swimming around and doing other stuff, you could do that. And honestly, I kind of prefer it that way. Because it means I have the ability to do stuff while other things are going on. And it does give it more of that Animal Crossing feel. Like, I feel... I don't know how much of this game is going to be, like, long-term. Does that make sense? Like, I like the vibes of this game. I do like that whole, like, this is essentially Animal Crossing sort of vibe. Howdy, Gnomesy. I hope you like the blueprints we left for you. With the tool bench, you can upgrade your tools and bag. With the smelter, you can smelt various ores you might find on islands. An important aspect of filling your compendium is discovering recipes for bait and fertilizer. You can use those to improve the quality of what you catch or harvest, and in the case of bait, target specific fish. There are more uses too, but more on that later. The next step, I want you to discover your first recipe for a type of bait or fertilizer. You can do that by harvesting enough crops or catching enough fish, and eventually you'll stumble upon it. Well, we've already done that. Nicely done on finding a recipe. See, so my brother explained it well enough. With the basics covered, it's time to set our sight. Oh, okay, so it's Uncle Eugene. He's just calling himself Eugene now. Sees my brother explained it well enough. With the basics covered, it's time to set our sights on something rarer. The discovery of a fabled species. Your parents may have mentioned them before. Here's the short of it. They're unique variants of every fish and crop, revealed only when certain hidden conditions are met. The first step is to craft the right bait or fertilizer. For that, you'll need a compost bin or a bait maker. These won't just improve the quality of your catches and harvests, they'll also move you closer to uncovered fable conditions. Once you know a condition, fulfill it while using the proper bait and or fertilizer, and you may uncover the fabled form of that species. They may take much more effort to find, but each discovery will bring you much closer to reaching name rank status. And don't let the extra work discourage you. The rewards are absolutely worth it. More on that later. Good luck on hunting your first fabled find. P.S. Don't forget about my services. I do trade in hits, not just for recipes, but for fabled conditions as well. Discreetly, of course. So he's offering to teach us all the secrets of the trade. Okay, so I don't really have anything else to do, so we're just gonna do this a little bit. I kind of want to just see if I can catch some special fish. That's more what I'm doing right now. Because I know there's like a fish or two that I probably haven't caught yet. But I don't know if you've noticed, but time basically never stops in this game. I mean, I guess in a way it's kind of like Animal Crossing. Except it's not based off of real time. Also, the barrels have returned. I kind of like the ability to do that. See, like last time, I only got to do the barrels once, like per situation. Per like island, like move around and stuff like that. So I wasn't even sure that I could do it a second time. So I guess it just varies. Like I feel like it's better to just stay awake during this. Because I think this only happens when you're like moving around. But yeah, doing the whole exploring random islands and stuff like that and collecting random stuff. Like I kind of am just like, for me it's more about just like how much content is going to be in this game. Like at the end, because it shows like quite a bit of content, but I'm like, can I do this in like less than 30 days sort of deal, right? Like I'm already on day 4, but like is it enough to like last longer than that? I'm supposed to be able to do a lot of fabled stuff, but hey, it's Mom and Dad. How have you been? Congratulations on becoming a novice collector. We're so proud of you. Sounds like your uncle's been teaching you well. You said uncle singular, which of course we expected. We knew what we were doing when we left you in his hands. Singular, uncle. We've been busy ourselves, and guess what? We finally made it past the Collector's Cove and into the uncharted seas. Not everyone gets to go through, you know. Have you only let's see, hang on a second. Have you played only this today, or are you playing through different demos right now? I've played through about like 5 demos. I think this might be 5th or 6th one, but I've played through like several of them already. I've still got a few picked out, so I ain't done yet. There's one I'm saving for like the very end, so we're probably going to be playing a little bit longer today. The waters out here are trickier to navigate, and it's harder to catch fish and grow crops, but we're managing just fine. Fun fact, the cove was built by the founding collectors hundreds of years ago, and your mom couldn't stop pointing out how it looked better maintained than our poor old boat. Ridiculous, if you might ask me, though maybe Uncle Terry should give it a little makeover soon. Speaking of boats, we hope you liked yours. We built it together with Uncle Terry after we had you because we knew you would need it one day. Well, okay, I guess Uncle Terry built it, and we helped a bit. Anyway, we can't wait to hear more about your adventures. Keep making us proud. Maybe that's the situation with this, is like, this is what it is before, because like there is quite a bit. These are a lot of crops, and I'm guessing these are the fabled ones, maybe, unless there's extras along with this. And then there's a bunch of fish, and then there's these decorations, and then whatever this is. So like it looks like there's a lot to this, but I'm unsure how much of this is going to be easy to collect or not. Like right now it looks like quite a bit of stuff. Darn, you missed a lot. Not too much. Like I think the longest game was like maybe an hour, and then the rest were like 30 minutes or so. There was one that was only like 10 minutes because it was a short demo. What's this? Okay. I don't know what that did, but alright. But I think overall, a lot of the extinguish all runes. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Like I feel like I would enjoy this game. I don't know if I would stream it necessarily because I feel like a lot of this is just going to feel like the same thing over and over. Especially if a lot of these islands are randomly generated, I wonder just how much of them are going to be just the same thing over and over. But I think it is a nice little concept of a game. And I definitely do enjoy like the exploration aspect of like Animal Crossing and the islands on there. Hmm, interesting. Where's that chest though? There's that chest. Well, I guess I'm circling around. Ooh, recipe, a radio, corn seeds. Okay. Oh yeah, and you can also find these. You can refill with water anytime here. So I get to show a few new things from this island. Now you can go back to an island afterward, and I think it does like reset like the trees and stuff. So like if I left and came back, but I don't think it resets everything. So like I don't think it'll reset the treasure chest or anything like that. But I think I'm gonna just call this one here, cause like I'm just gonna have to like cut down the trees and like collect fish again and stuff like that. But you can use for trades and you can sell them and stuff like that. But I think that's good here, cause like I don't know how far I have to go before it starts looking different. And I know there's a lot of craftables and stuff that I gotta make at the start. I think this is a good like cutoff point here. But I do like this game. I do like it. It's just that I don't want to like spend too much time on it if it's going to take a while for me to get like to like a new area. Okay?